for help for your food addiction and you don't know where to start? Welcome to the series, The Food Addiction Frontlines, where we uncover the expertise and services available for overcoming food addiction. I'm Dr. Vera Tarman, an addictions physician specializing in sugar and ultra-processed food addiction, here to introduce you to the professionals making a difference in this field. In each 15-minute episode, we'll meet leading experts who will share their journey, their training, the unique services that they offer for all who suffer with food addiction. Let us help you find the treatment that is best for you. Welcome, David and Anna.
Thanks for having us.
It's our pleasure to be here.
What inspired you to specialize in the field of food addiction? David, why don't you start?
I just feel like I was chosen. My mom has been a food addict for like forever. I ended up in culinary arts school in nutrition, and then ultimately I ended up working in a bariatric center. I ended up discovering that I was a food addict by accident. It just became the only meaningful thing I wanted to do with my life other than raise a family and be in service to others.
Anna, what about you?
When I heard that sugar was the gateway drug from Bitt and Johnson years ago, it was like, boom. That's it. I'm a recovering addict coming up on 36 years clean. And so I know a thing or two about addiction, but understanding that sugar is the earliest drug, psychoactive substance that affects the brain, and having had been a coach for years, helping people lose weight and reverse diabetes and watching them take that first bite of what we call drug foods, and seeing that they had a psychoactive reaction, they were unable to continue getting well because I was treating the wrong thing. I was treating a symptom with food plans that were good food plans. Not that I was recommending sugars or grains of any kind, because I'm a primal health coach. I primarily coached keto, but I saw people get very healthy, lose a lot of weight, and then gain it all back. For me, I want to treat the right thing. I want to turn off the water instead of keep trying to mop up the floor, as my husband would say.
Next question then of what your training and qualifications are in food addiction.
I am certified as a high performance coach through Brendan Burchard. I understand how to get people to discover how to have a forward vision for themselves. I'm trained through Bitt and Johnson Holistic Medicine for Addiction. I'm also certified as a sugar addiction specialist, as well as being a primal health coach who knows like how to take care of your whole self and the big sweeping things that are going to make a difference with mood, sleep, movement, because all of these things are a part of life, and people deserve to not just get out of the food, but get into living their best life now. We really coach people.
David, what about you?
Yeah, I'm a former registered dietitian. I'm also a certified high performance coach through Brendan Burchard. I became a food addiction counselor through Esther Helga's program in Iceland. I've also completed the Holistic Medicines for Addiction program. We also both are on our faculty for that program.
Thank you. Tell us some of the services that you provide in SUGARx.
I would say there's a number of things that we do getting into a better position in real recovery. I start off with our community, which is called the Craving Crusher Society. It was formerly called Circle. That's a place where people can really get some forward direction in their recovery. They can connect with their peers on the platform, off the platform. They have access to group coaching. We give them a direction every day to reach forward, something to focus on each day. And then between the groups and the education that's provided on the platform, some of it's live, some of it's recorded, gives them the pieces to reach for and hold on to and build towards. And then we also have the Recovery Accelerator program. It's currently a live program, but we're creating a sort of a self-paced program as well. That takes people through these 18 pieces that we feel are integral to getting someone from stuck, whether they're clean or not, to really vibrantly engaged in recovery in all areas of their life, like 360, like relationships, internally, socially. And that's the Recovery Accelerator. I'll be point blank and tell you the Recovery Accelerator is not about food. I think maybe 1 to 2% of the program might deal with cravings. It's about recovery from addiction, improving your life, getting to know who you are.
So you have two programs, one that's more focused on the problem, as it were, the sugar, and then the other, which is the recovery piece.
I would say that once people are clean in the Craving Crusher Society, the first program we talked about, it's not about the problem, it's about the solution. In the Recovery Accelerator we're much more able to go dive deeper into people's individual issues and circumstances as
Yeah.
opposed to what we're able to do in
Okay.
Circle or in the Craving Crusher Society.
In the Craving Crush Society, that's a program. Is it something you sign up for a year, or is it something month
Yes.
by month?
Yeah, so an annual membership, correct.
It's really for people that they want to go further faster. And our point of view is to have a conviction, to have a deep belief that compels your journey forward. A lot of people, I just want to get out of the food. That's mostly what we hear. If I could just stop these cravings, I'm going to be okay. But we know that's not true. Science bears that out. Just because you stop doing the behavior, now you've got to change the wiring. Having a forward bent on where do you want to go? I like to ask people at the end of the day, how will you know today was a good day? How will you feel? So you can lay your head down on the pillow and feel satisfied with yourself, because that is going to make the difference. It's not just about not eating the foods. It's always about not eating the foods at the same time, right? Because they're psychoactive, like we originally established. But it feels like 100% of the problem when you're new. And after a very quick time, we help people to see that's the food is not the problem. It's what the food has done to you. The food has left you with thoughts of low self-esteem. We want you to, how are you going to feel good today? How are you going to feel fulfilled in your life? When you start focusing on that, the food becomes, I don't even care. I'm living a life now.
Basically, there are two options, this annual membership of what used to be called Circle and then the Accelerator program. Do you do one-on-one?
We avoid doing one-on-one at all costs, and I'll tell you why. Dave and I both truly believe an addict alone is in bad company. When you're by yourself, your interest can be waylaid by your own internal motivation, right? So if you've got a group of people that are really interested and really involved, they're going to push that person that's not speaking up to do more and be more, and they're going to get the wisdom of the group. They're also going to see things transpiring that we call miracles in recovery, right? Where someone couldn't get out of the food, and now they've been out of the food for 90 days. And that new person is, wow, if they could do that, so can I, right? There's a lot of hope and momentum in a group that you don't get with one-on-one counseling.
David, what would you consider to be a strength or a unique feature about SUGARx Global?
I think the depth and the breadth of it are what stand out to me. It's three-dimensional. The level of care that people receive from us, but from one another, is like unparalleled. Like, I have no problem telling you that literally the people in this community are the best people on earth. Like, I stand behind that. It's unbelievable. Honestly, the most unique feature is the people that are in there and working on their recovery and pushing other people and carrying people forward.
We really are into skill development. We use recovery protection, which is knowing what your cues, customs, and consequences are, knowing what your new customs need to be so that you can get those new consequences. We encourage our clients to do whatever it takes just for today in order to stay clean and take care of themselves, even the things they don't like doing. We help people learn to be comfortable feeling uncomfortable. We talk about being pleasantly pushy. Your disease wants you to do the same thing over and over again. We're hardwired to repeat 99% of what we've done. Our groups, we don't just come together to let's just talk about what's going on. Let's just sit here and talk about something without a point of view or without an angle. We do a lot of work alone together where we will set a timer for a couple of minutes and ask people to answer a prompt, because we don't want group think to overcome what are your own personal thoughts and let you outsource that to somebody else. So you're sitting there answering a question, and then we come together as a group.
Right.
And it's amazing because a lot of times no two people have the same answer, but then you glean the wisdom of the group that way. But we don't throw spaghetti at the walls hoping something will stick. I think we're good at keeping people engaged. That's our biggest strong point.
Do you have any specific limitations that an interested person would want to know?
Yeah, a lot of people want to work one-on-one, and we absolutely won't do that because it absolutely doesn't work for addicts. We meet a number of people who want that. The reason we don't work with people one-on-one is because when I coach you one-on-one, I'm just coaching your disease. and it just doesn't get anywhere.
Co-occurring mental health issues, how do you deal with that? People who have maybe an eating disorder as well, or have depression, anxiety, other issues.
First, I think it's important to unplug from the drug, right? It's still going to be root cause is going to be the addiction. So you've got to stop and learn how to stay stopped. That has to become a skill that you can do. If we have past trauma, a lot of that can be resolved by learning new skills, but some of it needs outside help. And so we're a big supporter of whatever our clients need to do.
Like a psychiatrist or another counselor.
Yeah, we have clients that attend 12-step programs for years and came to us for that extra edge because we are edgy. We are going to push you beyond what you think you're capable of, because I believe if people did 10% of what they were capable of, they would be blown away. People are way more capable than they think they are. So we're about pushing those little birdies out of the nest and helping them fly.
Okay. How do you involve the external supports like 12-step and family?
We teach about them. We talk about family dynamics and family roles, how you don't have to keep that role. So if your brother was a clown growing up, don't think that your brother's still a clown. Let your brother evolve and take those labels off of yourself as well. So we do a lot of teaching and skill building.
I just add in the Recovery Accelerator program, we have a training just for their family. Not everyone will share it with their family, but it is specifically for their family members so that their family members can understand what addiction is, what's going on with them from our professional perspective, so that they can be more helpful and they can limit things like enabling, enmeshment, and all that stuff that can really destroy someone's success early on in recovery.
Now, in this field, it can be quite challenging. How do you manage to not get in the way of your own clients? What personal strategies do you use for your own well-being?
It's not my recovery, it's theirs. I always teach people that you have a unique set of fingerprints, period. And you get to decide what your recovery looks like. In fact, I posted this morning a post where I asked, what does recovery mean to you? To me, it means freedom from self-harm and harming others, right? It means that I get to be authentically Anna and I get to be loved and I get to love others for exactly who they are and they love me back for exactly who I am. I think having a definition of your own, what does recovery mean to you, and an evolving definition is what we help them learn.
We all have roles, right? I have a role as a son, as a father, and I have a role as a coach. And I try to stay in between in what are the lines. But in all those roles, I'm me. I'm always me in all those roles. I show up, I give people honest feedback and direction based on the experiences that I've had in life. We hold people to a really high level of responsibility and autonomy, and they have to decide, leading them to the position where they can do that.
Is there anything else that I haven't asked to showcase SUGARx Global?
If you're looking for a place where you can grow, recover, and transform, where you can really be pushed to your capabilities, if you want more freedom, if you want more energy, if you want more peace, if you want more love, if you want more of the good stuff in your life, that's what we focus on. It's not just about getting into your right size body and this and that lasts for a minute for some people, that kind of shallow happiness, because it's not going to come from outside or from what people see you as. It's going to come from inside. We have to transform from the inside out. So if you want more of the good stuff in life, we are the society for you.
I would just say that if you see getting out of the food as the beginning and not the end, then you're in the right place.
How can people find out more about you?
The only thing we do one-on-one is we do one-on-one introductory chats with individuals, and they can book that straight on our website, which is sugarxglobal.com. We're planning on doing 1 to 2 workshops a month, and those are all available to the public, and they're available just signing up. When you sign up for our checklist on our website, you basically be invited to any of those.
And also get on a call with us, because the thing is, we want to know about you. We want to know, where would you like to be a year from now? That's how we're going to know if you're a good fit for us. And we will refer you to other professionals if we feel like we're not a good fit for you. So that 15-minute call can be a really great thing for people to get on and just have a discussion with us.
Any last words to leave the listener? Any message of hope?
Hopelessness is a lie. Anyone can do this. You might need some support and some direction, but anybody can do this.
And any is a very small word that means without exception. And I believe that means no matter if you have a mental illness, if you have been completely abused and disregarded your whole entire life, you matter, and you got to start mattering to you. And care is a word that means someone or something that has a very special interest in your welfare and well-being. And we teach you how to care for yourself. That is your job, whether you like it or not. And it is the beginning of recovery.
Sugar is the enemy, corrupting the minds of the teens, expelling you not to proceed. Your body's your temple, your mind is your key to a life tapped into happiness. Have it, don't dream it. If only you could see it. It's all in you and I. It's all in you and I. It's all in you and I.